when I looked at the group of people that were given the award, it was a very distinguished and well accomplished group of people, and that made it more meaningful to me. I know some of the other people who received the award, a number of attorneys, a number of business people that I've come across in my years practicing law, and so I was really happy and honored that I went through that process and they selected me. When I started out in the early 1980s, we were still using mag cards, which you probably don't even know what that is, and IBM Selectrix typewriters that had virtually no storage, to today having all sorts of electronic forms of communication. And that's been the most drastic change to litigation, because when I started out in discovery in a piece of litigation, you ask the other side to produce any letters, written communications between the parties, etc. And now even a very modest case, modest in terms of dollars, or even a straightforward case, for example, involving a breach of contract, there can be hundreds and thousands of chats, of WhatsApp communications, of text messages, instant messaging, and that's made every case much more complicated in terms of discovery and much more expensive to litigate. Learn from every case, and the more cases you do and the longer you do it, you run across things, sometimes new things in cases that you haven't dealt with before, and it's sort of a build-up process that over the years you just become more and more familiar with the matters at hand and what's likely to happen in a case. One of the things, though, that sort of jumps out at me is when you're a young attorney, you tend to be more deferential, whether it's to other attorneys working on a case with you or to your clients. And over the years, I've learned that if I'm the one heading up a case, that I'm the one that needs to ultimately decide upon what the strategy is, how to go about proving what we need to do, and being more forceful may not be the right word, but more direct and blunt with your client about how you see things developing in the case, and the way to go about getting to the end of the line with the right result. You need to trust your instincts somewhat, and I understand it's difficult when you're starting out because you don't have the level of familiarity with litigation and how the whole thing fits together and culminates in what you need to do at the trial. But, over time, have confidence in your decision making, and keep in mind that clients are really looking to us for our expertise and our advice. And the other piece of advice is, you have to create your own opportunities. And we like to see, young attorneys who are go-getters, who are competitive, especially in the litigation area, to show that, you don't like to lose, and therefore you're going to do what's necessary on a case. But also, take advantage of opportunities, create your own opportunities,